Okay, so Joseph, I know you're just after coming in late there, so this is the question we're going to draw. So I put it up in Google Classroom. Okay, so it's an ordinary level question from 2007. Hopefully everybody should find it okay. So we're going to draw the two outside circles first, which are going to be 100 and 115. There's my 115 circle, so just draw it with your compass. 115, and the next one's going to be 100. So you're given all this information in the question. Same center point. Okay, and when you're drawn, which most people will already have done by now, you end up with that. Okay, so that's what you end up with. Now, I'm going to move that up there for now, and I'm going to draw a straight line across the center of my sheet like that, and we can draw one going up straight as well. Okay, so you can see in the question, if you have in front of you, they've split it up basically into the quarter. Okay, so that's our question. So I've just drawn that line coming up there and that line going across here. Okay, I'm just going to flip that around to give me more space. Now, okay, so we've drawn the outside, so the next thing we're going to start drawing is going to be the sail part. Okay, now we have this part here is an ellipse, we're told. Okay, so half the major, OA, so O to A is half the major. We already have that, which is here at 100. So that's our major axis drawn already. And the minor axis is OB, which is here, and that is 40. Okay, so what we can do now is draw a circle from the center coming out to 40. So I'm just going to mark the 40 there. Okay, I'm going to get my compass, I'm going to swing that around, and that's going to be our minor circle. Remember, we already have the major circle drawn at radius 100, which is coming around here. Alright, so we draw the full circle. We don't need the full circle, but we only need it in this quarter. Okay, because we're told that the sail is based on a quarter ellipse. Okay, so a quarter ellipse, which is going to be in here. Okay, so once you draw your minor circle and your major circle, the next thing we always do for an ellipse is to split it up into 60-30. So you only need to split it up into 60-30 in this quarter. So you literally only have two lines to draw to split up into 4. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, 3 equal pieces if you like. Okay, and then we need to locate our points for the ellipse coming up. Now we already know at the start, looking at the question, we're going to have a point here, and we're going to have a point here. So that's going to be the point on the major axis, and that's going to be the point on the minor axis. Okay, so if you want me, if we label them, that's it there, and that's it there. Okay, so I've labelled them 2 points there. So now we need to get 2 more points in here. So as we've done before the lockdown, from the major, you're going to draw a straight line across, and from the minor circle, you're going to draw a line up or down to meet it. So in this case, it's going to be up to meet it. That gives me a point here. Now I know it's going to be right because the ellipse is coming up here, so if I had a point out here, I know I'd be wrong. And then I'm going to do the same to this other one. So from the minor circle, draw a straight line up, and from the major circle, draw a line out like that, and again you get your next point, which is there. Okay, then all we have to do is to join them points up together. Freehand, so take your time, get it right. Make sure you're not joining them up in straight lines. You want a nice curve. Okay, so I'm doing mine lightly first. Okay, and I'll darken it in now just so you can see it a bit better. Okay, so that's our 1/4 ellipse drawn for the sail. Now we're going to draw our 1/4 ellipse. So we're going to draw a 1/4 ellipse across, and from the major circle, you're going to draw a line up or down to meet it. So in this case, it's going to be up to meet it. That gives me a point here. So from the major circle, draw a straight line across, and from the minor circle, you're going to draw a line out like that. And again, you get your next point, which is there. Okay, so that's our 1/4 ellipse drawn for the sail. the rest of it then is just a matter of using the measurements we have to finish off our drawing. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is this here arc here, which we're told is radius 80. Okay, now you can see there's a straight line coming out here to get the center point. So obviously we draw a straight line out there. There's actually two ways we can get this. Okay, now because it was an ordinary level question, they've pretty much shown you how to get the point. Straight line out there at 80. So there's just somebody else trying to come in, so we'll just let them in here. Okay. Right, okay. So we'll do it the way they've shown us to do it. So we'll take a straight line across like that. Obviously that line has to be over at 80. Okay. Give you your point. And you can then get your compass. Set it to 80 like that. And you just go in your arc down. Okay. And then we have a line coming up here. Okay, now you see we have to come down here by 20 mil off the straight line. Okay, so can you see that? So we're going to extend a point down here. And that's going to come down 20. So it's going to be there for me. So that's going to be a dark line, so you can darken that in straight away. Like that. Okay, so it's just kind of extending our ellipse by 20. So that's 20. Just like that. Okay, and then this line coming up here, we can see goes through the center point O. So you're going to pick that point, make sure it goes through the center point O, extend it up like that. Okay, and then I'll go back in and darken up these lines. Okay, so that's that line. So again, very simple. All you have to do is look at the question to see this point goes through the center point O and you extend it. And this is an arc, so I'll do my best to darken it in just freehand so you can see it hopefully on the screen. Okay, so that's the sail part completed for the logo. Okay, so that's that part there done. Now there's another way you could have got the center point for this arc. If you set your compass to 80 because you're told that it's radius 80, and if you put your point on the two ends, okay, you could have swung, and you see you get the exact same center point. Now the only thing about doing that is we did not have this point here. Okay, we didn't know what length this line was, so we couldn't actually use that method. So we had to actually do the method which they showed us to do, which was to draw a straight line out here, a distance of 80. Okay. So that's the sail done. So all we have to do now is this part at the bottom, and you can darken in. I can't really darken in the two outsides with a marker, okay, but you can darken them in using your compass. So just to finish it off, from this point here we can draw a straight line across, nice and light, and we have distances then. So that should be 40, which it is. Okay, that's 40. So you're going to come 60 either side here. Okay, so it tells you here and here, come 60 either side, like that, and you can draw a light line down from the two of them, down like that. That is a distance down of 30, okay, because you're told here this is radius 30, so it has to come down 30. So if you measure down 30 and extend that line across to there. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll darken in what I've done here already, just so you can see it better on your screen. Guys, these are very simple questions. You can see we've probably practiced harder questions. These are ordinary level style questions from the junior cert. Now obviously you're doing the new junior cert, you're the first year to be doing it next year, so it's going to be a common level, so I don't think it'll be too hard. It'll be a blend of both. Okay, we'll deal with that whenever we know more about it. Okay, so that's basically this rectangle here. Now that line there didn't actually have to be darkened in, but it was already darkened in, so nothing I can do about it. Here we have just an arc coming across there. which is radius 30. So you're going to set your compass up at radius 30, like that. And now this is a dark line, so I'll try and draw it in as dark as I can using the compass. Okay. And just extend this line out to meet it. Like that. Okay. So that's that side done. So that's the right hand side done, so we just need to finish off the left hand side, which looks a bit different. So what it is this point comes down at 30 degrees to meet this circle there. So do this in dark lines straight away. Okay. It's going to come down at that 60 degree angle of your set square to create a 30 inside. Okay, and then you just take that line straight across to there, and then take that little bit straight up then to make that. Okay, and that's that question, that's that full question completed. Okay, now you obviously need to darken in the two lines on the outside. I can't really do that with a marker. I'll see if I can darken it in a wee bit on using the compass, guys, but that should be very straightforward. Okay, so you can see how easy the ordinary level exam is for junior cert. That was an ellipse question. You didn't even have to draw the full ellipse. It was only a quarter of the ellipse. Okay. If this is helping you see it more on the board, but that's the full object drawn. So we pause the video and we start.